You have a hair on your nose. You have a hair on your nose. You have a hair on your nose. Just let me grab it. Okay, just let me grab it. Just let me grab it. See? Sit. Good job. High five. Woo. Okay, welcome back to another video. Obviously, you can tell by the title, we are getting back into the Hoyapocalypse again, and I said after that whole ordeal, and I will throw up all the thumbnails all around me, I said that I was going to be done with Hoyas for a while and that I just was going to lay off the Hoya content for a while, mostly because after that whole thing happened, I was a little bit traumatized, honestly, and I didn't want to see Hoyas, I didn't want to take care of Hoyas, I didn't want to edit any videos about Hoyas, but I haven't been, oh, this freaking gnat. I haven't been able to let go of this grudge that I've held against myself, and I just want to figure out what went wrong. Of course, I want to figure out a good mealybug treatment going forward, but I want to make sure that I'm able to do so without losing any Hoyas or any plants in general. So I will say that after this treatment, my mealybug situation has not been 100% resolved, but like I'm finding maybe like one mealybug every 2 weeks or whatever. Like really, it's like almost gone, which is amazing. Like I'm not even worried about them anymore, but the price was all of the Hoyas that I lost. So don't want to do that again. I really just want to figure out if the combination that I have in my mind is really what killed the plants, and I'm almost certain it is, but I don't want to give you guys like a definitive answer unless I know for sure. So I want to replicate what I did just to make sure it dies again, because I just want to know that that's exactly what happened. But I also want to do 2 other versions of this treatment that hopefully will not kill the plant but will kill the mealybugs. So that's what today's video is going to be. It's not really more so like what's the most effective mealybug treatment, but like what is a good mealybug treatment that is safe for the plants. I told my friend Lauren at North Shore Tropicals, who also has her own YouTube channel now, which I'll link down below. I told her about this little project that I wanted to conduct. She seemed pretty invested in it and was really willing to help me, which I'm so thankful for. So she let me take some excess Hoyas that she had just like had this whole tray of it, and she allowed me to take a few for this experiment. So what I did was collect some of my mealybugs that I already had, and you'll know what I mean if you watch some of my more recent videos. I did a little bit of a mealybug collection, and I put them into this box like a sicko and just let them reproduce. To be honest, I'm not seeing as many as I thought I would, which is kind of weird because I put at least like 15 or 20 in here, and I'm really not seeing that many. I can see little like webs and traces of where mealybugs used to be, but there's not as many as I thought there would be. But it's fine because, again, the point of this experiment is not to see what's going to kill the mealybugs. It's just to see if I can do this treatment again without killing my Hoyas. So we've got some hopefully Hoya mealybug infested plants. I'm going to recreate what I did last time, and then again do 2 other ways, which I'll explain to you once we are over by the sink. I need to get these unpotted first, which I am not looking forward to, but while I explain to you what I'll be doing in this experiment, we will get these unpotted, and I'm scared of getting mealybugs on me, but we gotta go because daylight is burning. It's burning. Oh my gosh, my back hurts so bad. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this, but these are Hoya obscuras, and they're quite cute actually. They're pretty similar to, oh gosh, I can't even put my finger on it now. Am I thinking of like a Hoya Jennifer? Does that exist? Hoya Larissa, Hoya Jennifer. It looks like a Hoya that I used to have, and I can't quite put my finger on exactly what that was, but it's pretty cute. They were not this large when I got it. This one has pushed out, like all of this down here is brand new. This is how long I've had this plant, or how long I've had these plants. I've just been waiting for the mealybugs to reproduce, and also I've just been putting it off because I've honestly been dreading doing this video because I really didn't want to talk about the Hoyapocalypse again, and I didn't want to touch mealybug infested plants because I'm still very, very afraid of them. We're gonna do what has to be done, and it's such a shame because it's got all these brand new little leaves coming out. But you know what? We're not gonna lose sight of what we're doing, and this is why I freaking hate drainage holes. That's the hill I'm gonna die on. Drainage holes are overrated. Repotting things with no drainage is like the easiest thing in the entire world. Look at all those roots I lost in that hole. Okay, so I actually thought these were in moss, so they're actually in soil. Oh, I see a mealybug. Yucky. Let me kind of give you guys the... I need to vacuum anyway. Let me give you the details of this experiment. So I've got 3 test subjects here. Many people will probably call them sacrificial lambs, but I'm gonna call them test subjects so that I don't feel guilty. One of them is going to get exactly the same treatment that I did before, which was 120-degree water and then a 30-minute soak. And then after it's done with that soak, I'm gonna take it out and rinse it under some cool water, and then I'm going to follow it with a 50-50% alcohol and water soak. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna do 50-50 because last time I only put like whatever I had left in my bottle. I think it was more like 80% water, 20% alcohol or something like that. So I'll do that again. The second one, I think I'm also gonna try the 120-degree water. I'm gonna do a 30-minute soak, same as the first one, except this time I'm gonna let the plants cool down at like their own pace. I'm not gonna run it under cold water immediately. And then I am going to do an alcohol soak the next day. So tomorrow I'll do the alcohol soak instead of the same day. And then for the third one, I'm gonna do 120-degree water. I'm gonna let it cool down at its own pace again. And then I'm gonna do no alcohol at all, no alcohol soak. I'm just gonna do the hot water and leave it at that. I've said this before that I feel like the cause of the death of the Hoyas was basically the shock from going hot water, cold water, then straight to alcohol. I have done like honestly pure alcohol soaks before with Hoyas, both roots and leaves, with no adverse reactions. So I just feel like in my heart it is because it was sort of soaking in hot water first. It's just like a lot of shock and a lot of like different environments for the plant in such a short amount of time. Yeah, hopefully we get some like good results from this and I can actually prove to myself that, you know, what I thought went wrong was actually the thing that killed the plants. And all I'm really looking for is a good mealybug treatment and some freaking closure, because it's been rough. You guys were very, very kind to me though in that whole ordeal. I'm sure that it's not easy for some of you guys, especially who are like way better at plants or like way more knowledgeable about plants than I am, and like watch me do all this shit, and you're probably just like screaming at your TV from home. So yeah, thank you for your your kindness and being very gentle with me. I did get some really, really nasty comments on those videos, but she's used to it now. It's okay. It's all right. It was a very, very frustrating video to edit, so I'm sure it was a frustrating video to watch if you knew that I was doing something bad. All right, all 3 are unpotted. I'm just gonna get a little bit cleaned up and then we will move over to the sink. Welcome back to the original scene of the crime. I'm just gonna get organized here. I don't wanna mix up any of my test subjects, so I'm gonna label them 1, 2, and 3. And I was gonna do the soak all at once, but I really want to take the time to do each experiment separately. So we're gonna start first by doing the hot water soak. So I'm just gonna get some already hot water from my tap. And I'm just gonna test the temperature of this water. Not quite at 120. I'm gonna let this cool down. And I'm gonna add some water from my, what is this called? Kettle? Electric kettle. Back down. Let's mix this. Okay, again. A little hotter now, but not quite there. Almost there, but not quite. Probably just a little bit more. So close. All right, so we are at 120 degrees now. So while it's still holding that temp, I'm going to put test subject number 1 in here, which will be this guy. And I'm doing roots and leaves. And I'm going to leave this for 30 minutes. Set my timer. All right, time to take this one out. And then I'm immediately going to rinse this one with cool water like I did last time. And now we're just gonna go straight into an alcohol soak. Okay, so this is all water, and I'm gonna be adding some alcohol now. I'm gonna do this for another 30 minutes. It is getting dark now, so I'm going to start test number 2 now. Okay, so this is just hot water, and I'm adding water from the kettle. A little bit more. All right, we are right at 120, and I'm gonna stick test subject number 2, which is this little guy here. And just to remind you, doing a 30-minute soak on this one, and I am not going to be doing an alcohol soak like the other one until tomorrow. And then for test subject 3, this one is only doing hot water and no kind of alcohol after. This is at 120 now. Take this little guy and we're gonna take this one out now. It's the one with alcohol, number 2. I forgot, last time I didn't rinse the alcohol off, I just left it. So we're going to get it into this one. Oh wait, this is number 1. I'm already getting it confused. Numero uno goes here. This is number 2 after, oh, is that a mealybug or is that perlite? Ew, why am I using my hand? Oh well, whatever. Ah, it's a mealybug, gross. Well, he's dead. This one is number 2. This one has a few more minutes left. I'm trying to see if I can see any mealybugs that have floated to the top, but it's hard to tell with the perlite also floating at the top. Oh no! This guy melted already, this new leaf. It's okay. You can see a mealybug there. Yucky. Okay, 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 okay. So I'm gonna be putting all 3 test subjects here exactly where I put it last time. All 3 of them are just sitting in water like I did last time because I wanted to see if maybe it being in water contributed to the shock at all. So basically on Friday is the last day that I'm gonna keep them in here, but I'll give you guys daily updates just to like show you how they're doing and also get alcohol onto this one. So yeah, see you tomorrow. I am 100% confused because, okay, we have it labeled 1, 2, 3. You guys remember what the test subjects were. So 1 is the one that we did hot water and an alcohol soak right after. I basically replicated what I did the first time. And it kind of looks fine. Besides the fact that the new leaves, the new leaves like are melting, which is kind of expected, but like, honestly, all of the leaves look pretty great. Number 2, this is the one that we just did hot water and I have not done the alcohol soak yet, but this new leaf here is melting. Kind of like what happened the first time that I did it. Doesn't look too bad, but you can kind of see like this leaf is getting really, really soft and mushy, and then this one looks like it's like about to fully melt. And then number 3 is the one that I just did the hot water to. So basically these 2 have gotten the same treatments up to this point. And all of these leaves are essentially melting like I kind of expected this one to, except this is the only one that's doing fine. But this one, I don't know. This is like, this is basically going against everything I thought was gonna happen in this experiment. So I'm very confused because it's not like this one didn't get hot water. This one got hot water and alcohol and it looks the most normal. I don't know guys, but I'm gonna give it a while. I'm not gonna soak this one until tonight, and I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens over the next few days. Okay, so it's day 3. I know I was supposed to do something yesterday, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit thrown off. I was not prepared for this, and this is why I'm not a scientist. Here is test subject 1 that I thought would have been the most beat up out of all of them, and it looks completely fine. I really am very confused. Besides the new leaves sort of melting off, all of these leaves really feel fine. They're all firm. There's no melting at all. This one feels maybe a little bit soft, but nothing that's like really concerning. These two have only been treated with the hot water. Same as number one, and they look awful. Look at this one. It's doing exactly what I kind of expected this one would do, given that it was hot water and then alcohol, but this one has only had hot water. You can see it's starting to melt even more right here. This leaf is super, super soft. I can sort of feel like the insides are just, yeah, it's just like deteriorating. This one is getting really like gross. And I'm supposed to be doing an alcohol soak for this, but truly there's no point knowing that it's already going downhill. If there's any conclusion that I can make, it's that it definitely doesn't like the hot water. I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, but I tested the temperature and it was 120 degrees, and people have said that that has worked for them without harming the Hoyas, but clearly we've had some casualties. I think I'm going to call it for these two and just take them out of this really bad study, and we're gonna focus on this one again. I'm gonna need some time to think, you guys. I still have one Hoya here that I can still experiment with. I just don't know if I should try the hot water again and alcohol, or if I should just do hot water. You can tell I'm extremely confused because this is not going the way that I thought that it would go. Not that I have like a, agenda that I'm pushing, but just in my mind, I really thought this was gonna go a certain way. So yeah, let me think on it and we will reconvene tomorrow. I wasn't really sure how to end this video because I don't want to say the experiment went wrong. It just sort of threw me off, and I was venting to my friends about it and just kind of telling them how everything is gone, trying to pick their brain on what they think happened or where I should go next. And the consensus was basically, well, there's really nowhere else to go besides coming to the conclusion that maybe the hot water method just isn't for you. And they're right. I think I was expecting my original theory, hypothesis, whatever, of the hot water to alcohol method as being the reason that the Hoyas died. At first, when that happened, I was a little bit confused because, I had done like a straight alcohol soak before on my Hoyas with no adverse reaction. So I was like, oh, it has to be the hot water then. Like the pores opened up and it got shocked by being in hot water and then in like super cold alcohol water. And I was just so sure that's what it was. But now I'm just thinking it's the hot water. And another friend had told me like the only common denominator between the last two experiments, so 2 and 3, was that I used cool water right after doing the hot water. Maybe like that is a reason why it didn't get affected, but I can't say that for certain either, because the first time that I conducted this experiment way back when, I did use cool water and they died. So I'm not really going to spend too much time trying to figure this out anymore. I think really what all of this has taught me is that I'm just not going to be using the hot water method for Hoyas anymore. Not to say that you shouldn't if it works for you, but I think just based on everything I've gone through and in conducting these experiments, I just don't feel like I would be willing to take the risk again with my own plants. So in terms of a mealybug prevention or mealybug treatment, I think I'm just gonna go with my old method, which is just doing my regular sprays of 50-50 water and alcohol, and then just manually going in there with a Q-tip. I know that it can be sort of tedious and just like a pain in the butt, but I don't want to go through what I went through last time with the Hoyapocalypse, and I just think that the trade-off of it is not worth it for me. So that's it. That's what we got from this video. I thought it was gonna go another way and it didn't, but plants will surprise you. So sorry if you guys were expecting something else out of all of this, but if you have been wanting to try the hot water method for mealybugs and are looking for my opinion specifically, it's gonna be a no from me. But you know, watch other videos that are out there, listen to what other people in the community have to say. It's just my recommendation would be no hot water for plants. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and if you didn't, I'm very sorry. If you liked it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it helps us a lot on YouTube. I promise we are not going to get into any more Hoyapocalypse stuff, at least for another year. I'm over it. I'm over it. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.